At the beginning of the film, we see the bad condition of the room, where there were many pages of books scattered all around. A boy named Alicia was pouring petrol all over there so that all the books and pages could be set on fire. There was also a woman in front of Alicia who was crying and refusing to do so. But she even pours petrol on it and sets a book on fire and throws it on the woman. The woman who burns is killed. Along with that, the room also catches fire and the whole room starts moving. There was also a computer which was burning in the fire, but it was still on and a message was written on it that she will be the one to time, i.e. she is going to die. After this, we are shown the story after 6 years where the main character of the story sees a girl whose name was Anzila, she and some of her friends. Joseph was becoming a raider. We used to study together throughout college. All of these people then come to their NUC meetings. They tell each other about their novels and books written here and read such new novel stories and talk with each other on it. The voice was referring to this book. It was a drone book, but during this conversation, a girl gets into a debate with Base and Angela's friend, because of which Angela's friend gets angry and leaves. Angela follows him. Talking to her friend says that if I do not like any boss at all, then you are my friend, so you also break the friendship with her, but Angela refuses to do such that you both are equal to me. This is your mutual issue. I can't do that. At night, Shivas and Angela talk. She tells him that I am very upset because of one thing. I haven't written a book for 6 years and now I feel like I'm not a writer at all. On which the soldier comforts that you do not worry. If you need any help writing the book, let me know. I will fully support you. These two leave from their own night from Minnie and from there. Now Angela realizes her mistake, so she apologizes to her friend for her bad behavior, which she comes home and decides to email the professor. She had written the whole message that I am looking for a new story to write a book, so sir I need your help. Now she thinks a bit, then stops mailing because then she remembers the book told by Shivaz named Killer Crown. That is, there was a Joker in this book, but he was a common person, he becomes a clown due to a disease. Whenever that disease dominates him, his mind becomes so bad that he wears clothes on the Joker's mask and then he kills people in a taunting way. Now by giving this, Angela is also afraid of coffee, and turns off the laptop. The next day, the professor tells the class, people make big mistakes in writing their stories, because of which there are many shortcomings in those stories and the story is not fun. For example, a writer takes someone else's drowny story and changes it according to his own and makes a new story and make his own story to become a good writer. No matter how I do it, Angela also reads the thought, because obviously she was also thinking of taking someone's story. Create your own story. After the class is over, the professor talks to Angela, saying, come to the office, I want to talk to you. When Angela went there, the professor tells me that I received the email you sent. Hearing this, she also thinks because I did not send the mail, but then she thought that maybe I must have sent the mail which I have forgotten. I start telling the paper officers about myself that my life is not going very well. There was a lot of trouble because I am going to get divorced. Now Angela also starts telling about herself. I need your help to make this sad story. Hearing this, the professor says while closing the door there. Main theme, but I got another email. Saying this, he strangely came to Angela and started misbehaving with her, because of which she got so angry that she slaps the professor loudly and says, open the door quickly, if you do not do this then I will start screaming. When the professor opens the door but also threatens him that if you tell anyone about this, I will ruin you. But because she was so sad, he was also angry with it. She tells all her friends about this but does not report against the professor, but her friends were very angry. They decide that we will take this thing from the processor so that they do not do such things in the future. Now all the friends put up meat and go to teach the professor a lesson. She went to the place where the professor was and he was running away in fear that then no other unknown person comes there. The one who was holding a hammer in his hand, which had a sharp fine point, when the professor went to him, he attacked him slightly. The hammer hit the professor's head, injuring him, but quickly ran upstairs to save his life. Where Angela was, the professor was very scared, so he started running away from there in 8. But suddenly his foot slips and he falls straight down from the top. There was a knocked pole below which the professional fell and he crossed it, due to which the professor dies on the spot. In the same time, everyone else came up and seeing all this, she felt that the professor had not hit Angela by pushing, but she cried and told in her explanation that I did not kill her when she came upstairs. So there was already blood on his head. Someone attacked them below. Because they were all friends, they decide that whatever happened happened. We will not tell anyone anything about this. But Angela says no, but calls him because someone attacked him. On which all the people explain to her that no, such a big problem can arise, after which they burn their clown masks and promise that just bury this secret, no one will tell anyone anything. After which everyone starts feeling that the professor himself had taken his own life. Now everything had become normal in the life of those friends, but Angela considered herself responsible for the professor's death. Because of which she was upset all the time. A few days later, they all had the first chip of a novel. The name of the Kinley chapter was Death of the Professor. Hearing this of these professors, everyone is very surprised to hear this, but they will start doubting each other. All this is one of us because obviously no one knew the truth of the professor's death except these people, but still Kofi was scared. The resident of the question tells Base Angelus that the second chapter of that novel has also arrived. When she grows up, the name of this chapter was that the crazy Joker killed one of your friends, so now according to the chapter, Angela and Siba to reach that place, John Joker had killed her friend, she does not get the destruction of her friend there, but the writing on the wall which goes to the measement which was continuous. That is, continue. Now then another friend of his has come here who tells him that I can find out who is the person who is the matter of which they all gather in one place in the college, and that friend of his tells that he who is from our college, he knows all of us well and he also knows how to spread fear. He has chosen us friends for his novel. Give us according to this, we who. He's also going to like things. That is why we should find the same on the internet and on the website of cons who likes drones. The next day, they had to get all the information of the college from their side, and they come to know that these are the only people in this entire college who like drawing things, so it may be possible that they do whatever they do. According to your plan, these people went to the library when the angel was alone, then Joe Carr Macy goes to her, who was saying that I am watching you. When Angelo read this, he looked in front of him, there was really a clown standing there, who gestures his hand. Seeing this, she was very scared. She quickly starts running away from there, but then bumps into her best friend. See, at the same time the rest of his friend also came and those people were surprised that he did not even know about our friend, but still he came here, so now they start suspecting him. At night, some of his friends went to a club where the owner was Joker best. After a while, when the friend of the matter has come out of the club, then Joe gets done there, but his friend goes ahead without fear and starts killing the Joker. After which he, removing the mask, he says dum how here? And he inserts his weapon into her stomach without saying anything. His whole stomach is cut off, he also starts bleeding. He died the same as the third chapter who told him that I killed Chavez's friend. Now all these friends regrouped and again started making another big accusation. But now when they start looking for the corpse of their friend, the Joker message was written there again, even then continue tells Vas Angela that the Joker sends us a message from this ID. I have searched for her everywhere on the internet where I found a girl who is already a farm connected and that girl's name from a few years ago. That is, the one who initially set fire to the room with books. Now hearing the name of Alicia, Angela tells that the novel I have written is written by making this girl the main character. The mother of this girl was crazy about novels and stories, so she used to ask Alicia to tell something in every but when she refused, her mom used to hit her a lot, so for this reason, she sang tight and set fire to her book room for one day, after which the mad girl burned her compensation to death. And that woman was necessary. She was Anisha's wax. Angela says that I liked this story very much and because I had no idea to write, I wrote the story of Alicia in my book. People will like that story so much. My book became very famous. Seeing my success, Anisha was very angry. She made a rapport with me and said that I will take revenge for this thing from you. I explained to him that don't do it, he also apologized, but he said that in one day I will write such a story which will hurt you a lot and I will be comforted. Which is good to hear, it means that Elisha is the Joker, on whom Angela says, but he is dead because when he burned his mother and killed herself, later she also burned herself. But I am responsible for all this. Whatever is happening is because of me. Hearing this, he hugs the soldiers and here he also tells his heart that I love you. On the other hand, he fell behind the Joker's friend, but he ran away to a place and saved his life. The same hut Joker also comes there, but his friend attacked the house and knocked him down with his legs. Now Angela's friend is unconscious of bridal, so he has thought of removing his flesh and seeing, but then Joe, who was saying the drama, attacks him a little so that he faints, but he does not kill him or Angela's friend. Angela watches her friend's video in which she says that Joker has sent a message in which he is saying that I am going to publish this novel of mine in the form of a book. For which purpose I have kept a function, so I want you all to join that function, but in my costume, you will come in my clown robe. So now all these people reached that function, where then the Carcom Messi, who goes to Angelia, actually sent a video of these people who had just done. Which means he is keeping an eye on them, who are now friends, to find Joker separately. But when she was doing that, they caused a stir there. Because of this, security becomes complicated by one of their friends. She quickly ran away and came to a place and went silent. But then death came there. That is, she was so scared by seeing what she did that she starts running away from there. But then Joe comes from behind and pushes his hammer into her waist and crosses it, killing her a very bad death. Now when all these friends went to find their friend, they saw her corpse floating in the water. Moreover, that companion also came there in a bad condition, who, all these were sliced his flesh, and he was badly bitten by the wrong sucker. His blood was death from Didi, and he dies a very bad death in front of their eyes. Now what she has done was scattered by a friend of hers in her hand. That's why everyone thinks that she has killed her two friends, but she flatly refuses or not. No, I didn't. Angela also becomes conscious due to a whole light, and when she comes to her senses, Step shows a video to best friend Angelia, in which the Joker. It was tied to the grip. When the engineer goes to that place to save Siba, she is very surprised to give that these people shared on their friend Zez. He was also badly injured. His condition was about to die. But she tells Angela that I am not a clown who dies by telling. Then after that Angela went after Sipas and let him save her. At the same time, Angela's best friend also came here, who was surprised by the same thing. He started saying that in fact Sipas should do whatever he is doing because Anjiga is doing all this because he is crazy for you, he wants to get you. Now just then C just gets up from his place and rams his hammer into his best friend's stomach and badly injures him, whose talk he started scaring Angela too, and the farm I am the clone that I do, and it is also true that I did all this to get you. I did all this with full plan. I first created the whole story, created many characters, and then it was Z's turn one by one. Killed them all so that we understood that he is actually a crazy writer who gives such a dangerous twist to his story to achieve his purpose. This is him. I also fulfill that. Telling all this, he came very close to Angela, then she inserts a pen in her neck by walking her mouth, which crossed further and entered her mouth. She started having trouble, then she quickly starts running away from here after getting the chance. But then another friend of Angela goes in front. She was also holding Mia Todi in the Joker's costume hand. It is Alicia in the field who did not die but survived. And I wrote this whole story together with this and killed all your friends one by one. I did it because my plan was that I would prove it. You also got that clown disease, so you killed all your friends. Sorry, the exam will come on you. You will be trapped, after which your story will be published by looking at the face of the book. It will be printed and everyone will like it very much. That's exactly how my story You Stole It was a hit and you became famous, and not only but me and Sipas will make a film on it and make her money too. She was telling these things. So Angela sees her best friend behind the two of them, who was not dead, just injured. Angela wanders her flesh, then her two Sibas were pushed by time from the same place to Jangsi. He also fell on the notched pillar which passes through his mouth towards the head, and such a Sabas dies. Seeing this, Anisha attacks her friend a little, causing her to get very injured. Seeing this, Angela ran away from there. Then Annie,